Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle, just in case you didn't know, now you do. Hello to everybody new around here. Thanks for hanging out with me, I quite appreciate it. So today I am going to take you through the differences and similarities between Etsy, Squarespace, and Shopify. A lot of times people don't know the difference in or even how to choose between those three platforms, and when we're done here you will have all the information you need to make the right choice for your business, and we'll be able to move forward and feel confident in your decision of which platform you've chosen to go with for e-commerce. Alright, let's get into it. So before we get fully into it, I just want you to know I've already recorded this video entirely once and my mic was not plugged in. And now I'm re-recording it and it's almost nighttime. It's dark. I don't have any lights, so any weird shadows are thanks to my overhead lights. You've been warned. Thank you for sticking around anyway, even though I sort of look like a ghost. Alright, let's get into Etsy, because Etsy is really the most different out of the three, and it is a marketplace versus a website. You are swimming with the whole pack of fishes. The whole ocean is on Etsy. That's the best way I can describe it, is you are one of many. You are trying to stand out from the crowd, essentially. You can use Etsy to gain traffic through their search engine and things like that. You have minimal fees. You pay 20 cents per listing, and then you pay a 5% transaction fee when payments are processed. And that 5% comes off of both shipping fees and off of the actual item cost, the total item cost. So keep that in mind, especially when you're creating your shipping fees, because if you're not accounting for that 5%, you will have to lose that profit, or it's not even profit, you'll be eating the cost that is taken out, that 5%, especially if it's really somewhere expensive that it's being sent. So Etsy can be great for a number of reasons, mostly because it has built-in traffic. People are already there searching and shopping, so they've come to the website more than likely to buy something, and they're ready then, or they're saving things and favoriting things now. And that is a great way to build up traffic to your brand and get people knowing who you are, is put yourself on Etsy first and get a following there, and then move on to your own e-commerce, or keep your Etsy and start an e-commerce store separate so that you can keep the influx of traffic coming through your Etsy and then direct all new traffic to your e-commerce store. One drawback of Etsy though is you cannot link to outside websites. So if you decide that you're going to shut down your Etsy and keep your e-commerce store or start an e-commerce store, you will have no way of telling your past customers that. You can't message them, it's spamming, Etsy will frown upon it and probably cancel your store. You can't really start an email list unless you get around it in some other way, because the links will not be clickable. So if you were to leave a link to your email list for people to sign up to in the description box, they have to like physically copy and paste it into the browser, and there needs to be a reason for them to do it. Otherwise, you know, people are lazy and they're just not going to do it. It's really important to keep in mind that Etsy is not your own website, so all you have is the storefront. You don't get to control a whole lot. It looks the same as everybody else's. You can put a banner at the top and that's pretty much it. And beyond that, it's just up to you to have the best product photos that you can, as well as write the best descriptions and have the best search optimized titles and tags. Beyond that, you don't really have control over anything else on Etsy. You can also build a bit of a community on Etsy. You can build a community of buyers, you can join teams, you can go to Etsy sponsored events and really get to know the Etsy community and the handmade community, which is really great. One other thing to note is Etsy does not have its own point of sale system, but it does integrate with the Square card reader and Square app. So if you create a Square account, you can import all of your inventory off of your Etsy store, so you don't have to re-input it when you're doing shows and markets and things. And then you just need to resync it with Etsy when you're done, and it will update the inventory in your Etsy store. This is great because you can get a free card reader with Square and immediately start taking credit cards on the go when you're selling products. The thing to note is that Etsy has no control over your Square account. So if you get denied or it gets shut down for whatever reason, then it's not on Etsy, it's on Square. Overall, I think Etsy is the best place to start with a handmade business, just who's not really got a following, who is trying to build up traffic to their brand, as well as get sales fairly quickly. You do have to play the Etsy game of getting good titles and tags and things like that, the same you would if you were making a YouTube video or doing the same thing on a website to be search friendly. However, it can be a really great place to start out. You have automatic emails that ask people to send reviews. You can set up promoted promoted posts so that you pay to advertise your products. You can also send emails. You don't have to do it. It's automated and you pay for it. You send discount emails to people who have favorited your products and to people who have purchased from you, so it encourages them to purchase again, which is really great, and it's fairly automated. You just have to set it up and then it just runs on its own and you pay it on your monthly bill, whatever it costs you, which is fairly minimal. And your shipping fees are also taken out during your monthly payment. So if you sell something, you're not charged immediately for the shipping. It is charged to you when you pay your bill every single month. Alright, now let's move on to Squarespace and Shopify. What I'm going to do is run through a list of things that they both have in common, which is quite a lot. And then we'll talk about some differences. Squarespace and Shopify both have separate plans for a basic and advanced, and Shopify has one that is $299, so it's an even more advanced plan. And so you get different features with each one. And for the most part, they're fairly similar. However, I will point out the differences. So both have payments powered by Stripe. However, Shopify calls theirs Shopify Payments because they have set up a separate program with different rates. For the most part, they have very similar rates of 2.9% plus 30 cents. On Shopify, the more you pay per month, the lower your rates are. And there is a threshold where if you're making enough sales every month, it'll flip to where it's better for you to pay more for your account so you get lower rates because it's actually saving you money. And I know that doesn't make much sense, but there is a threshold where you meet it and it's better to switch to the higher plan. So Squarespace and Shopify both offer an SSL certificate. This is for protection and security of your customers' information when they're checking out. It provides peace of mind when they see that little secure thing in the address bar at the top, and it means that your customers are going to trust you to buy from you again and again. They both have a 14-day free trial, or at least they have a free trial each, and they have good 24/7 support. I can speak from experience with actually previously working for Shopify as a support person, and their customer service is so unbelievably good. Basically, we were trained to be creative and find creative solutions for things, have the entrepreneurial spirit. So I am guessing that Squarespace is going to be very similar in that outlook on things, and that they will help you find a workaround if they don't have the feature at the moment, and it will be good for you and your business as well. Sometimes if you're just stuck on something, feel free to call them and say, listen, I'm struggling with this in my business, and maybe they've heard that issue before and they can just suggest something for you that you wouldn't have ever thought of. Sometimes it's like having a little bit of a free therapist who can help you achieve the goals in your business just through experience that they've heard from other merchants, which is really cool. Both have the ability to sell on Instagram. Shopify also has a whole load of other sales channels like Facebook, Pinterest, Houzz, eBay, Amazon. There's a ton. A lot of them are restricted to just the US, which is fine because a lot of those require a bunch of different laws and rules and things, so it's restricted. Both Shopify and Squarespace have some really great free templates, so you don't have to necessarily pay to have a fancy template made or buy one. I honestly wouldn't buy one off of a third-party site unless you trust who's making it. I've heard of all kinds of issues, especially when you buy from a particular website called Theme Forest. I don't really want to have to like shout them out, but there was always so many issues with Shopify. They would take a Shopify built theme, then adjust it and change it around so that it looked really good and it was great and everything. But the problem is when you upload a third-party theme, you don't get updates anymore, and it can really screw up your whole store. So Shopify has paid themes that are vetted and have customer service built in from the person who made the theme. So if you want to pay $180 for a theme, which is how much you would totally pay on ThemeForest as well, if you want to pay for a theme, buy it directly through Shopify because they require that there is customer service and help documents to go along with it. So both Shopify and Squarespace offer unlimited plans or unlimited products on their plans. You on Shopify are limited to 2, 5, or 15 staff accounts plus one owner account. This means that your account is always secure, so your staff will always log into their own staff account and the owner will log into their account, which means nobody can change except the owner the financial information. I'm not exactly sure how that works on Squarespace because they do say that you can have unlimited contributors, but I don't know what that means. And I tried to find out, but I couldn't find any information on what contributor means. Similar to Shopify, Squarespace has reports that are available on the advanced plan, so the $40 and the $79 plan. $40 for Squarespace, $79 for Shopify. Now, Squarespace does offer a free domain when you pay for your account annually. I'm pretty sure with Shopify, if you pay for your account annually, you save 10% off of the whole year. So if you're paying $80 a month, times 12 minus 10%, you can do the math. Whichever you figure saves the most. I mean, in the end, Squarespace is always cheaper than Shopify, but the thing is you get different things. I'm not really sold on getting a free domain because I would probably buy that from a third party anyway, just so I have complete control over it and I don't have to transfer it to another company later. Gift cards are available on the advanced, like the second plans up for both Squarespace and Shopify. You can have discounts on the basic plans for both, and then from there on you can get what they call flexible discounts with Squarespace, and you also, with the next plan up for Squarespace, get the abandoned cart recovery. However, that is available on the basic plan with Shopify. Something interesting to note that Shopify includes, but I couldn't find anywhere for Squarespace, was in the back end you can actually manually create orders. So this is really good if you're doing wholesale orders, or if you have maybe you've done a job for somebody and you are invoicing them through the back end. I personally sell both physical products and services through my Shopify store, and so if I'm creating a custom package for somebody, I can send them the invoice through my back end without having to pay for a separate service and have them pay the invoice that way, which is quite handy if you are doing some sort of creative services and you've created a custom package for somebody. I couldn't find anything about that for Squarespace. They didn't mention it, but it could be there. I just haven't seen it. Something Squarespace offers on the advanced plan is memberships. Now, you can add memberships as an option with Shopify if you use one of their many apps. These are apps developed by third-party providers though, so you do have to pay for them. Sometimes they can be expensive. It's built in with Squarespace, and I think that's pretty cool actually, because subscription services are a growing field, and you can make subscription boxes and subscription membership accounts, things like that, for all kinds of things. Squarespace requires that you have a ShipStation account in order to print or purchase shipping labels, so you will need that separate third-party account. However, it does integrate, and then you will not have to like copy and paste the information. It just automatically flows to your ShipStation account. Shopify, however, has something called Shopify shipping. They like to add Shopify to everything. And so if you are in the US and Canada, you can get discounted rates through USPS or Canada Post, depending on where you are. And you can purchase shipping labels directly through the back end. If you have a UPS or FedEx account, you can also connect that, and it will allow you to buy shipping labels through like a little connector app that has been built, but it's not necessarily natively integrated like that. As well, if you want the $299 plan with Shopify, that gives you access to the point of sale retail package, which used to be a separate thing that you had to pay for, and now it's included. And you can also get carrier calculated shipping rates at checkout. So essentially you put in the address things are orienting from, like your warehouse, and the system, once the customer has put in their address, calculates what the rate would be. So you don't have to guess. It's not just like a flat rate something. It will calculate exactly what it should cost you to ship it based on the weight you've entered on your products, the packaging you've pre-entered ahead of time if you have set packages that you use, which you probably should if you're shipping high volume, and based on the address that it's leaving from and going to. Now, something that really sold Shopify for me, granted, I do get my account for free because I am a former employee, which is just a benefit of working there. You do get a free account, or a free store, I mean. And so I was probably going to use it anyway because it was free and I'm on a budget, but I have used Squarespace and I have used Etsy in the past, and I've tried them all out. So the thing that really sold it for me and blew Squarespace out of the water is the point of sale app. I do vendor markets and sales and things like that all the time. I do them a little less and less now, but I make hundreds of sales in a year on my point of sale, and I need that to go on the go with me. So I can just plug it in. It's like a headphone jack card reader. I plug it into my iPad, download the point of sale app, and all my inventory is right there. I don't have to really do anything. I just log into my Shopify account and all of my inventory is there. I can enter in new things that are point of sale only. You can put in products that only show up on point of sale from your computer. You can also enter them through the Shopify app for your phone, like the admin app, and you can enter them that way as well. So you don't necessarily like have to have a computer to do it. Your main build out should be done on a computer, but the rest you can all do from your phone on the go. You can enter products, add photos, all kinds of things, which I find very helpful because, listen, I mostly take my photos on my phone and I'm probably going to upload everything from my phone. But that point of sale app is really what sold it for me because I need that to be able to do things, and I don't want to pay for a separate service or even have to have a Square account where I then, you know, create a new account, have them verify and check my credit, and then I have to wait for the card reader, then I have to put all my inventory in. It just seems like a huge hassle to me. I'm not sure how it works for Squarespace because I've never really needed to ask or find out. However, if there's something super custom that you want done on your store or are looking to add, there's probably an app for it. So if you're looking to book appointments, there's an app for it. If you are looking to add a lookbook, which I've totally done, there's an app for that. So you can also have voting happen. You can have people sign up for your email list and it just collects them, puts them right in MailChimp for you. There's all kinds of integrations and apps that you can get. Some of the apps are paid ones, some are made by Shopify that help you do different things. And I honestly, if there isn't an app for it, it's probably not something you need. Simple as that. If you're looking to do something like a t-shirt or print on demand store, Printful apps can be added to the back end of Shopify, as well as a whole ton of other print on demand. I'm only going to recommend Printful because I've used them before and I really like their customer service. I like how fast they are. I like that they differentiate what they make in the US versus where They ship things from England as well as Mexico, so you know exactly where your products are coming from and you can make the choice informed. That's everything I have for you guys today. This went a lot faster than the first time I recorded it, so I really hope my microphone is working and plugged in. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any questions, comments, or things to add about Etsy, Shopify, or Squarespace, please leave them in the comments below. I'm happy to answer them for you or start a discussion. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!